Hello colleagues, my name's Ian Manborde. I work at Ruskin College in Oxford. I run the MA in International Labour and Trade Union Studies, which is a programme that looks at the future of trade unions internationally. I'm sorry that no one's been able to come to the AGM today from Ruskin, but myself and my colleague Mark Everett have been sent 5 questions linked to the general election, linked to the future of higher education, to help stimulate some discussion and focus during the AGM today. I think, first of all, it's the sheer unpredictability of the outcome, the likelihood that we'll have a further coalition government. I think one of the issues that we need to kind of take from that in the context of higher education is the proportion of younger voters, particularly first-time voters, who aren't engaging in formal politics in terms of party politics, who might be involved in other form of political activity, but who, on the basis of ongoing trends, may not vote during the general election. You probably will have noticed that the rules around the requirement to register to vote have now changed, so there's a possibility of a fine if you haven't registered. What impact that has on the proportion of young people voting remains to be seen, but I think that there is a worrying trend about a lack of engagement in electoral politics in this country. But I think the key issue is about unpredictability. The future of the public sector has to be one of the most crucial issues. I know that links into the third question there, but the crucial issue has to be, from our point of view, within education. It's continuing funding for education, the possibility, if the Conservatives get in, that the tuition fee cap will raise, that if Labour gets in, the cap will go down to 6,000, about whether that's actually costed. I think it adds to a certain degree of uncertainty within higher education in particular, although having said that, as you probably know, at Southampton there has actually been a year-on-year increase in the proportion of enrolments in higher education, so fees haven't really affected enrolment. They have to some degree affected that proportion of students who actually drop out from higher education. I think the key issue we have to be concerned about, that we all feel in education, first of all, is changes to terms and conditions, particularly around pensions, for example. Ongoing outsourcing, ongoing use of 0 hours contracts, and generally the ongoing cuts in public services. Even if Labour get in, they've committed themselves to the coalition cuts in the public sector. So I think that even in higher education, we can look at continuing pressure on terms and conditions of employment. To some degree, I've kind of touched upon that already. One of the key issues will be around the tuition fee. From a trade union point of view, though, it will really be about terms and conditions of employment. Most of the work that I do with UNISON, both with a regional level or a branch level, is around issues to do with, for example, the rise in sickness absence that's linked to increases in mental health illness, and how, in the worst case scenario, that kind of feeds into performance management or capability issues. I think being prepared for the continuing increase in workload, the continuing pressure on workers, are key issues for UNISON branches. Preparing for increased outsourcing, extension of 0 hours contracts, I think, are all kind of central to changing the public sector. And as higher education is part of that, I think higher education won't be immune. Very lastly, one message from me to the members is stay in the union, stay active, stay organised, recruit as many people as possible. That's not just a simple kind of recruitment mantra. The issue is that regardless of the outcome of the general election, for some time to come, wages in this country will continue to dip in terms of their overall buying power. There will be continuing extension of the use of 0 hours contracts, even if not in higher education, across the UK economy. So I think more so now than ever, workers have needed trade unions, not least, I'll give you one example, the introduction of fees to take a case to an employment tribunal in 2013 has had a massive, drastic impact on the number of workers able to take cases to tribunals. A drop of between 70 and 80% was monitored between 2013 and 14. Workers need trade unions now, so more than ever. So stay with the union, keep the union going strong, and hope you enjoyed the rest of the AGM. Thanks, bye-bye.